A Gift for a Princess, a story by Ian Green. Eric was a young squire who had an extraordinary companion, a magical horse named Maverick. Maverick had the amazing ability to shapeshift into any animal he needed to be for the environment. One morning, Eric and Maverick were doing their chores when a royal messenger arrived with an invitation. Princess Sophie was turning 13 and having a big birthday celebration at the castle. Maverick shape-shifted into a bird and flew off, returning shortly with a beautiful golden rose in his beak for Eric to bring to Sophie. Eric saddled up Maverick and they set off on the long journey to the castle. Maverick galloped swiftly, his hooves barely touching the ground. When they came to a wide river, Maverick shape-shifted into a dolphin and they swam across easily. On the other side, Maverick shook the water off and became a horse once more. As they entered the deep, dark forest, creatures lurked in the shadows and vines reached out to grab them. Maverick transformed into a nimble deer, jumping gracefully over fallen logs and branches. His keen senses helped guide them safely through the woods. Finally, they emerged from the forest, and they could see the castle flag flying high on the horizon. But between them and the castle lay the treacherous mountains, peaks disappearing into gray clouds. Unfazed, Maverick shifted into a mighty griffin. Eric held on tight as they soared over the dangerous mountains. As the castle grew closer, Eric pictured Sophie's smile when he presented the rare golden rose. But suddenly, a fierce dragon appeared, blocking their path. Maverick swiftly became a fire-breathing dragon too, and battled the beast. After a dramatic clash, Maverick prevailed and shifted back into a griffin. Maverick flew down to the castle entrance where Eric dismounted. He handed the invitation to the guard, who immediately recognized the magical horse and let them through. Eric felt tiny entering the grand castle hall filled with guests, but his nerves disappeared when he saw Sophie joyfully rush to greet him. "You traveled all this way just for me?" Sophie asked. Eric nodded and presented her with the golden rose. Sophie gasped, her eyes sparkling. "This is the most wonderful birthday gift." The magical horse Maverick bowed his head graciously. Sophie invited Eric and Maverick to stay for the grand birthday feast. They ate, laughed, and danced with the other guests late into the night. When it was time to leave, Maverick transformed into a mighty Pegasus and flew Eric back home. Eric gave Maverick a big hug. "I couldn't have made it without you, friend," he said. Maverick whinnied and playfully ruffled Eric's hair with his nose. It had been an epic journey, and they couldn't wait for their next magical adventure together. The end. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed our stories, you can always find them on the Amazon Kindle store.